Stair Railing System. Welcome to your San Diego Cable Railing instructional video. At San Diego Cable Railings, we recognize every deck and staircase is different. In your kit, we have provided you with a specific packing slip and recommended layout tailored to your order. Please use this video as an installation guide, and as always, if you have any specific questions related to your order, please reach out to us directly. SDCR recommends a specific 3-step order of operations to be followed that will ensure your new stair railing system is structurally sound. Step 1. Post installation. Step 2. Top rail installation. Step 3. Cable installation and tensioning. Let's jump in with the first step. Post installation. Start by installing the 2 end posts first. The primary end post will go at the bottom of the stairs and can be identified by the larger holes on both sides, unless otherwise specified on your layout. The terminating end post goes at the top and has a smaller hole on only one side of the post. Set the first end post vertical in the determined location and measure at least 1.5 inches from the edge. This measurement can vary and will be provided by SDCR if needed. SDCR recommends the use of a 1/4 pre-drill for each of the 3/8 lag bolts. Install the 3/8 lag bolts for each end post. Don't forget to check your measurements along the way, as the posts will move during this process. Be sure to check your level on all surfaces when doing your final tightening of the lag bolts, and use wooden or plastic shims if necessary. Once your first end post is installed and level, it's time to install the other end. If it's near a wall, we recommend a distance of 3 inches from the wall to allow for cable tightening later. Once the end posts have been installed, remeasure the location for the intermediate posts. An easy trick when aligning the intermediate posts is to pull a string tight from end top plate to end top plate. This will also ensure the wooden top rail will sit correctly in line when installed later. Now that you have your posts installed and level, you are ready to start the top rail installation. Top rail installation. SDCR will send out your top rail lengths with 1 foot of excess material to ensure you have the flexibility to adjust for any restrictions that may be applicable for your installation. If you plan on creating a seamless look with the end post touching a wall, be sure to start with this end before cutting the whole rail down to size, as it may take multiple cuts to match the contours of the wall. Now that your rail sits flush with the wall, clamp it on to identify the appropriate cut length at the open end. The excess material will allow you to overhang the top rail from the plate by the distance of your choice. SDCR recommends around 1/2 inch. Routing and sanding the edges is highly recommended for that extra smooth finish. Once you have the top rail cut to the appropriate size, you are ready to install it to the posts. Securely fasten the top rail with the 4 stainless steel screws provided through the countersunk holes in the top plate. If you'd like to use a pilot hole for installation, we recommend the use of a 1/8 pilot bit. Once your rail is fixed to the first end post, repeat this installation for all of the posts on your run. Now you are ready to start the cable assembly. Cable installation. Unpack and lay out all of the cables to their full length, paying attention to the ends. The stair railing system cable ends are angular. If your kit contains level railing posts as well, please note that the level cable hardware is different with flat end pieces. Start by pre-bending the cable equalizers 90 degrees with a pair of pliers to form a T-shape. These equalizers are typical for the top stair posts or terminating end posts with the holes on one side only. Next, push the pre-bent rod ends into the terminating end posts, ensuring they won't slip out. Thread all of the cables through the intermediate posts and pull to the primary end post location. Return to the terminating end post and give each cable a twist and a tug to ensure the cable ends will not pull out. Now, to assemble the primary angular end pieces, we recommend the use of anti-seize on the terminal tuners or bottom stair hardware to help with the ease of tensioning the cables. Slide the angled washer on the terminal tuner if it's not already. Now push the end piece through the primary end post and take note of the faint line on the rod, as this is your cable cutting mark. Pull all of the slack out of the cables one at a time in order to pull tight to the faint cutting mark and cut using the cable cutters. Once you have cut the cable to length, you are ready to crimp the fitting onto the hand-crimped terminal tuner stud and reattach the crimped fitting to the post for tensioning. You may need to use your body weight to ensure a tight crimp. Be sure to crimp 3 times. Once all the cables have been crimped, you can screw them back into the terminal tuner piece, ready to perform the cable tensioning. For cable tensioning, SDCR recommends the use of soft pliers to hold the barrel of the short stud in place, while tightening the terminal tuner with an Allen key. You should tension the cables until you are able to pluck them tight, or use a cable railing tension gauge to set around 200 pounds of tension on each cable. Be sure to not over-tighten the cables. Finish by installing the end caps, the post lag bolt caps, and double-checking that all other fittings are flush and tight. Now, your San Diego cable railing system is installed and ready to be enjoyed for years to come.